Hello everybody, it's Cookie Lou again. It is January 9th. I believe the day is Wednesday. And I'm here because I want to talk to you a little bit about the experience that I had at the Hampton Inns in Monterrey, Mexico. So if you guys are going for any kind of surgery with Dr. SAUCEDA, um, kind of give you a little heads up on what you could expect. I took some pictures to kind of show you. Of course, it was Christmas time when I was there, and they had the Christmas tree in the lobby. Hold on a second, I'm trying to make it bigger. They had Snowball, the snowman, at the entrance of the Hampton Inn Hotel to greet you when the driver, Dr. SAUCEDA's driver, brought you there. These are the guys at the, I hate smartphones. These are the guys at the reception desk, and they had this little holograph of snowflakes constantly moving on the wall, and most of them would greet you in Spanish because they expect you to be Spanish when you're in Monterrey, and they do speak English. Most of them do, and if you just go hello. Lucille Serpy, I'm checking in today, one of Dr. SAUCEDA's patients or whatever. Or I'm in room 701, I need this or that. If they don't understand you, there's always somebody in the back that they can pull out that can speak English. But they are helpful at the desk. And anything that you need, oh, here's a picture of anything that you need, you can get at the desk. They had a toothbrush for me, great toothbrush. And believe it or not, with the toothpaste, ask for it, it's there. I needed a razor, a disposable razor. They had that at the front desk, they gave it to me. Believe it or not, I didn't bring a comb with me, or I couldn't find it. And they gave me a little comb to use, to kind of do my own hair or my wig. So they have supplies at the desk. So if you forget a toothbrush, or if you get your toothpaste, or forget anything, they'll ask if they have it at the desk, and 9 times out of 10 they will. I don't think you can see much here, but this is the eating area, which is off the lobby. And this is the area where they set up the breakfast buffet, which is just adjacent to the seating area. And I didn't like the food that was served at the breakfast buffet. They have a microwave in there. They have a couple of vats of cornflakes, which to me tasted stale and unflavorful. They have, usually always have eggs, scrambled eggs in the morning, and I don't know if they're real eggs or powdered eggs, but they're hard and they're not appetizing, at least not to me, so I never ate any of the scrambled eggs. They always have refried beans, a big vat of refried beans. They have some kind of a green salsa there in a big vat. No hash browns, no country potatoes, no bacon, no sausage, no meat, no breakfast. It's not what we expect as Americans for a breakfast buffet. So it's going to be all Mexican. It's going to be different. And either you're going to like the taste or you're not. They do have a little waffle maker there that you can make waffles every day if you like that, little tiny waffles. They have milk, they have juice. They usually have an apple juice. Just kind of strange. It's green. I think it's cactus juice, to be honest with you. And they have orange juice, which is kind of like a tangy, like tang. That really, sometimes it tasted like fresh orange juice. Most of the time it didn't. And they have, a whole area of hot water for tea and all kinds of coffees. They do offer, teas and sugars, and they have little things of jelly, which I always took for the room. They have little containers of honey, which I took if I wanted to make tea in my room. Um, the rooms were comfortable. Well, maybe okay. Look, if you're gonna stay in a hotel for a day or two, you can dig the bed. If you're gonna be there for like a week, 10 days or more, and you're going to be in bed like 24/7 because you've had surgery, it's not the most comfortable bed to be in. I went into room 215, I had to leave. I was in room 228, I had to leave. I was in room 702, I had to leave. I kept asking for 701 because I had been in there prior and it had a good view and I just felt a little bit more comfortable in that room. But all the beds pretty much, whether it be a king size or a double bed, stink. If I don't have a great back, and I finally just said, you know what? I took a couple of pillows and I put a pillow under my butt and under my back, and I laid down on the pillow and put about 4 or 5 pillows behind me, and then I could sleep. Every time Dr. SAUCEDA came to see me, he says, "Where is she today? What room is she in today?" And I said, "Dr. SAUCEDA, I'm going to be here for a long time. I got to be comfortable." You know, one room was right up against the garage. It was very noisy with cars and honking and car alarms. And a dog was loose in the garage and he was barking all night. And then they have the HEB shopping center right adjacent to that. And I heard the garbage being dumped, so that didn't work out for me. I left that room. Another room had a king-size bed. It felt like it had rocks in it. I left that room. Another room was way too far from the elevator, and with my stomach and my back and my knees and my walking on the cane, I said, "Nah, I'm not doing that." So I asked, I said, "You know, the last time I was here was in room 701. It's high, it's quiet, it's at the end of the hallway, there's not a whole lot of traffic, yet it's close to the elevator. Is that available?" And they said, "No, there's somebody in there." They put me in 702. They were going to transfer me the next day, but the guy in there extended his time an extra day, so I had to wait another day to get in there. I was also at one point in room 135, which is a nice room, but it's right off the pool area. And when I was there in June, the first time in June when I had my arms done, it was real noisy because the people were in the pool or they were sitting in the chairs right up against the window of my room chatting. I said, "No, you got to change my room." And don't be afraid to ask to change your room because you're paying for the hotel. You know, even if you're going to be there, I mean, I had to pay for it this time because it was, you know, it wasn't a surgery thing for me. But the first time Dr. SAUCEDA pays. But I stayed longer than he required, so I had to pay extra for those days that I was there. So, you know, hey, you know, you have to be comfortable. So anyway, I believe that's 701, and I was finally happy. It had a nice view of the city. McDonald's is right outside the front of the hotel, so if you want to get a couple of burgers now and then, which I did with some small fries. I did not bother getting soda from there. I drank my bottled water. They have a machine with snacks and sodas and juices on every floor if you want to buy that. Just make sure you have the pesos to do it. They have, I went and got the green salad with the grilled chicken a couple of times. I ordered a pizza once at Domino's. Applebee's is bad experience. I must have ordered 4 different meals from Applebee's, including a steak and fettuccine alfredo. I had chicken parmesan with pasta, and it's just horrible. I don't know what the hell they do to it. But I would not, I mean, unless you just want to get soup or maybe some chicken wings or something simple like that, it might work out for you. But they are the delivery service or the quote room service for the Hampton Inn Hotel. So if you want to order something at Applebee's, they'll charge it to your room. That's the only delivery restaurant that they will charge to your room because they're connected to the hotel. However, I did not like the food. I mean, I ate it because I bought it. I would eat half and then maybe eat a little bit more the next day and then throw the rest out. It just did not taste well. Everything was, the ingredients were, you know, bitter, and the cheeses were bitter, and the broccoli, how could you have bitter broccoli? And it wasn't me. Because when I go to do other things, the pizza was fine at Domino's. So anyway, stay away from that, please, if you can. Um, what else can I tell you? Bring with you as many snacks as you can that aren't too difficult to pack. I brought a couple of plastic bags, and I would go down to the breakfast buffet, and I would take maybe 4 pieces of bread, and I'd keep it in my plastic bag in my room, so I would have bread for a sandwich. I went to the H-E-B, or actually a friend of mine's husband went to the H-E-B, and he says, "Do you need anything?" I said, "Yeah." And I got a jar of peanut butter, and I had a lot of peanut butter sandwiches. I got some, I got turkey bologna, I think, and I had turkey bologna sandwiches. I brought with me a couple of these little puppies. They're lightweight, so I put maybe 2 or 3 of them in my little carry-on. And you just add the hot water and you have a cup of noodles. It's a hot meal, it's pasta, it's something. I brought with me other baggies, and I brought some gum. I brought some calcium chews with me. These here are bouillon cubes, just to have some bouillon. This here is a powdered calcium that I take sometimes. But always bring a little baggie with something easy, vitamins, make sure you take your vitamins. I packed my 1-a-days plus my vitamin Ds and a few other things. This is a must, people. It's a must. Stool softeners. This is a good one. If you're interested, it's by Rugby, I think. Sedanox. It's a good stool softener. You're going to be on medication. You're going to be constipated. So you bring your plastic bags with you. Bring your face creams with you to moisturize because you're going to need it. This is the Warfarin pills. I did put those. I always keep my Warfarin blood thinners in this here, and I make sure I take them according to directions. This is what mine happen to look like. They're kind of green. They're 2.50 each. But most of you won't be on this, so you won't have to worry about it. This here is a must, especially if you've had surgery. Antibacterial liquid soap. Now, first trip, I was able to take it through. Second trip, the airline took it away from me. Oh no, you can't have this. No, in the trash. So I went to H-E-B, and I did find it there. It wasn't this amber color. It was like a clear, creamy color, but it was Dial antibacterial liquid soap. Now, when you go to the H-E-B, you're not going to have anybody in there that's going to comprende English. Everything's going to be Espanol. They did, however, understand antibacterial, but she brought me to the bar soap. You don't want the bar soap. It's not advised. I don't know why. But if you look where the lotions are on the aisle, towards facing the cash registers, and it's on the left side as you're walking down the aisle, I did find it by the lotions, believe it or not. It was Dial antibacterial, and it was that creamy white colored soap. But I bought it, and it worked. It was fine. It was exactly what I needed. Bring some chapstick with you. Definitely bring some eye wash, like Tears. My eyes are very dry all the time. Do not forget this if you have dry eyes. It's very important. Hand cream they have there, shampoo and conditioner they have there for you. There's a lot of, like I said, a lot of things you can get at the desk. If you do wear makeup, and most of the time you don't if you're there for medical reasons, but just bring some makeup face cleaners. And also like Pampers cleaners, towelettes for down below. It's always good to keep clean when you have a bowel movement or something like that. And I always bring a little package of Pampers or Cottonelle or whatever I might have. Sanitary pads, I mean, I use these because I had my wound and I put them. Patty supplied this for me when I was there. I had a few with me. I ran out. She went and got me a box of them, a little package of them. They supplied me with gauze, all the gauze I needed, any tape that I needed, they supplied. Dr. SAUCEDA brought me a box of 100, and then I went to H-E-B and I got a few more when I ran out, until he came and brought me another box. I went through a lot of gauze. I must have went through about, I swear to God, maybe 240 gauze pads while I was there to change the bleeding of this wound. I lived on these. I love my Ritz. You know, like I said, I put the peanut butter on it, put the jelly on them. I ate them just to eat them, just to nibble on them. I brought all, I didn't bring this whole thing, but I have this nut mix here. It's, I got it at Costco, and I filled up, it's got some really nice nuts in it, and I filled up a small plastic bag. I took this with me to munch on, nuts and seeds and stuff. It's a good healthy snack. And downstairs in the eating area, they have where they have the coffee, where they have the breakfast buffet. They have a big vat of 2% milk. I would always fill up a cup of milk, put a cover on it, bring it to my room, and put it in the refrigerator, because I don't like the powdered creamers and I don't like the half and half creamers. It's not even half and half. It's chemical shit. So I would just fill this up, put a cover on it, and bring it to my room. And any tea that was there, spearmint tea, I have some spearmint tea, sugar, honey. There was a chamomile tea. I would just bring some up to my room. These are just a few tips. A must, an absolute must. You must bring this with you. This is very, very important. You're going to be vulnerable. You're in a different country. You're in a room that many people use, and God knows what they've got. You cannot expect the cleaning staff to come in and mop the floor and wipe down. They don't really wipe down the furniture. Rarely do they wipe down the furniture. They'll mop the floor. They'll change the sheets. They kind of clean the bathroom. But after I smile, I give them a couple of pesos tip, and I say, gracias, mucho gracias. And they're very happy to get the tip. And I change my sheets almost every day. It's important to sleep in a clean bed, especially when you have any kind of incisions, whether you're in a faja or not. And you want to make sure the floor is mopped to get some of the dust up. Always wear some shoes or little, what do you call these little things on your feet. Don't walk barefoot in the room. And I would wipe down the toilet seat, anything that I touched, the remote control, the phone, the clock, all the handles on the furniture, all the doorknobs, the toilet seat, the toilet flusher, just to be on the safe side, because there were a lot of people in the hotel that had this hacky coffee thing, coughing, and they all had colds and flu symptoms, and you do not expect the cleaning staff to sanitize that room. They just come and they just kind of wipe it down and give it a fast mop, and out they go. So always bring some of this with you, and not only for the room, but for the airlines. When I got on the airplane, I had a couple of these. I wiped down the headrest, the bars where I'm going to have to put my hands, the armrest, the tray. You have to do it. I mean, if you want to be as safe and as sanitary as you can in this flu season, time of year, to make the effort, people. I mean, it's your health. Make the effort. Wipe it down. Not only that, but people were asking me, oh, can I have one of those to wipe down? I went, here. Smart lady. I should have brought those with me. May I have one? It was absolutely. So, like I said, they also supplied me with tape and all the gauze I wanted for whatever. They also, this is another thing that Dr. SAUCEDA, it's called Vita Salina, and what it is Neosporin. That's all it is. It's an antiseptic, and he puts this. Patty will give you a shower in the morning with this. Well, I mean, you'll give yourself a shower. She'll just be there to make sure you don't fall on your head. And she pats you down, dries you really well. She'll take all your incisions and she'll put the Vitaselina on it, rebandage it, and you're good for the day. And if you're doing any of your own bandage changing, they will supply this for you as much as you need. So don't be ashamed to ask for it. And I think that's about all I have to report on that. Make sure you bring your vitamins. I take D and multi. Another little thing. Bring some lozenges with you. I had some lollipops that I get from my bank. And they even had some Christmas candy there at the bank. And I took a handful of the Christmas candy, little peppermints, and I had them in my purse. So always bring a little gum, a couple of candies or lozenges, because it's always good to have a little something to moisten your mouth with. And if you are able to go to the H-E-B, like I said, get yourself your peanut butter or some lunch meat. You don't have to buy bread. You can get that at the breakfast buffet. Like I said, just put it in a plastic bag. You can get cheese. You can get little packages of pepperoni. Just little things to nibble on in the room to kind of snack on to keep you going during the day, because you are going to get hungry. And a little snack sometimes is all you need. I did go to the H-E-B at one point when I was able to walk, the first visit, and I got a whole roasted chicken, and I boned it, and I kept it in my cooler, in the refrigerator, and I had some good fresh protein to nibble on throughout the day. So it's possible to be able to have plenty of things that you need, that you can get them while you're there, or you can get somebody that might be shopping, a mom or a husband of a lady that might be having surgery. I have never found anybody that wasn't cordial enough to knock on my door and say, hey, you need anything? I'm going to go to the H-E-B. Or we're leaving today, we have all these snacks left over, would you like them? And I was always grateful and said yes. And so anyway, I think that's all I have to say about the Hampton Inn Hotel and how to prepare yourself there comfortably. And that's about it. I'm probably talking way too long. And that's it. If you have any questions about it, comment and I will be happy to answer. Goodbye from Cookie Lou in Arizona, and safe travels if you're going to Monterrey. And don't worry about any procedures that you're having done. Dr. SAUCEDA and Patty are the best. You'll be in good care at all times, and don't worry about it. Everything will be fine. Okay, everyone, bye-bye.